Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Cinestro Core. It's your boy Blacksby, and today we are talking about the one, the only Catholic GOAT back, Daredevil born again. And we're talking about some recent developments in the Marvel world. Folks is leaking things. Kevin Feige out there with the sniper rifle. You already know what time it is. If you don't know, you're gonna know. And if you do know, I don't know.
You're gonna know more gooder.
You're gonna know more gooder. Turn your volume up. Turn your TV up. Let's go.
Cinestro of the cast. It's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. They got the beats. Got those comic spins. I stay tuned in. Stay tuned.
Hey.
I'm on my Dominican shit, man.
Getting that merengue.
Dímelo,
papi.
Dímelo, papi. Hey, dímelo, papi.
Anyway,
welcome back
to the
Podvengers.
Dominican core. The Dominican core.
Dominican core is crazy.
Talk all things DR.
All things plantain.
DRC.
Mofongo, some mofongo.
Todo frito.
Papita frita.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Shout out Big Papi.
Yeah,
shout out Big Papi.
Big up the Dominicans.
We're talking about another Big D, aka Daredevil.
Let's go. Yes, man. That's a motherfucking segue, baby.
That's beautiful.
A motherfucking
know what time
segue.
it is? You know what time it is? Hey, bro.
Shit.
I'm off the communion wine right now. Word to the Catholics.
Big ups,
big ups, Pope Francis. My
goat. He back. They try to take him down. Satan works hard.
Satan
but
down.
Pope,
down bad.
But homophobia works harder. Let's
Satan
go.
Down bad. Satan down horrendous. Satan shot dead in hell.
Found dead in hell.
Satan found dead in O Block.
Satan shot dead in O Block.
Hey, speaking of hells, let's take it back to Hell's Kitchen real quick.
That's right.
Talking about Daredevil, bro.
He's on it.
Ooh, we on that shit, bro.
So for those of you who are unaware, there's this little show on Netflix called Daredevil. One of the best shows to ever hit that godforsaken app. I promise you. If you don't take anything else from this podcast, all that 122 episodes we've done, take this. Watch Daredevil right now, please. Watch. You have. When does it come out? The 4th. You have 3 days from the recording of this episode. So by the time this posts, you have 2. No, it comes on the 4th, right?
I think it's
no.
the 6th. Unless they upped it.
It's a 6th?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Whatever. You have until the end of this week.
Sometime. Beginning of March. First week of March.
Until the end of this week to watch 3 seasons of greatness, bro. Daredevil on Netflix dropped. I forgot what year it started. I know I was in college when I watched all of it, but that shit was a banger. Freshman year, I was in the dorm hearing that great ass show.
That opening is so sick.
It's fire. It's
incredible. Great show.
2015.
Sure. I wasn't in middle school.
Thank you, Graham. 2015, yes, sir. 2015, I was a wee freshman in college.
Wee freshman.
Big
as fuck, 6'4".
6'4". Wee freshman.
It's March 4th. They moved it up.
Let's go.
Oh shit.
Because the Pope survived, they said we gotta get Catholic.
Yeah, they said we gotta get in on the shit. We gotta get on this Catholic shit.
Shout out Catholicism.
Big ups Catholicism.
Never did anything wrong.
The most perfect religion.
Yeah, no stains there.
No, none. Historically, nothing.
Speaking of stains, Daredevil does explore, the backstory, of course, the origin story of Matt Murdock going to becoming the Daredevil. It shows him grappling with, of course, his faith, him being a lawyer and a vigilante, so getting that startup for his law firm. All the great things that you need in a comic book show are in Daredevil. I think Daredevil set a good precedent for superhero mediums.
Good and bad precedent.
It did. It really did. And we'll definitely discuss that in more detail. But all that to say, we're coming back with the revival. Daredevil Born Again, baby. it's been how many years since we saw Daredevil last?
2018.
Not counting
2018 was
She-Hulk.
season 3.
So
2018.
7
I
years.
think Defenders was like that same year, maybe.
That doesn't count.
Yeah,
We don't-
Defenders
we don't-
gone
was
through
before
count
even.
that. Yeah.
So
You know, we've gone through one Trump presidency. Now we went through Biden. Now we're in another Trump presidency.
shout out Trump.
And Daredevil is back. I don't know how that correlates, but Daredevil back, bro.
Hey, we forgot No Way Home. He was in No Way Home.
Ah,
He
yeah,
was
I mean,
in No Way Home.
barely.
And what
Only
was
Matt
that
Murdock.
show? What was that show?
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
And
But I
She-Hulk.
just said we're not counting
fuck,
that.
I forgot about Echo.
He was an Echo too.
He was
Yeah.
in there he was in there just to
Just to make people watch those shows.
he was in there just to
Oh,
And
What is that?
Red Pill Graham.
Red Pill Graham. Tell me.
Anyway, I think it's important to say that although
put the
we are
moves down
excited,
and go about his business.
I think it's important to say that although we are excited for Daredevil Born Again, it is, I think, incredibly pertinent to mention the fact that this show has been reshot. They got like 8 episodes in, and we're like, we're canning this whole thing. We need to start over. So
It
I know-
wasn't just a reshoot. They like redid that show.
yeah, they rewrote it, they reshot it, they started from scratch from the beginning.
Mhm.
But I think go for it.
I think that's a good thing
which
because
seems to be a trend with Marvel
because-
projects as of late.
yes,
Mhm.
but I think that they know what they have, and after the first 4 shows that bombed, basically, they were like, "All right, we have to make this what it should be." And I think it's also worth mentioning that Disney did not make this show; it's a Netflix show, so it
Really?
yeah, it was on. It originally all that released on Netflix back.
Oh
in the day.
yeah, season 3.
Oh, yeah, I thought you meant right
Yeah,
now.
1
I
through
thought you
3.
meant this
No.
new one.
Now
I'm
it's
talking
on
about this
Disney
new one.
in this new one. Yeah.
I heard
But the
Captain
original.
Carter is making an appearance in this new season. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
what's her name?
What's your face? I forget.
Agent, not
Xochitl.
Agent.
Xochitl.
The girl who befriended
America
Nick Cage.
Chavez,
No, Jessica
Sharon
Jones.
Page. Oh yeah,
Oh.
Jessica Jones, she's in season 2. Anyways, hold on. Let's get to talk about this. No, we were talking about how it had been reshot, and what I was gonna say is that although that tends to be a historically bad look for MCU shows or just projects in general, I think it's gonna do this show good. Like Graham said, it feels like the creators were like, "This is not wrong. I mean, this is wrong. Doesn't feel right. Something's not working. We need to start over again." And I actually commend them for that because they could have easily seen the entire show through. They know people would have seen it. They know people would have stuck around because this franchise is beloved. These characters are beloved. This story is beloved. And so the fact that they were like, no, let's course correct, and the Marvel let them, and it seems like it was a good call. I think that's very exciting, and I think it's very noteworthy as well because they tend to reshoot because stuff is so dog shit. They're trying to salvage it, but it seems like they caught onto this.
Or it's the studio like coming in and saying, "No, this needs to be changed."
Yeah.
And what I would like to think that happened with this was like they were like, "No, y'all need to like take a step back. This is sort of how it was back then." Because the original series had its issues, pacing issues, was probably number one. And I have a feeling that they were like, no, let's just cut some things back. And I would like to also think that Charlie Cox had a hand in it and was like, no, y'all need to back off. And
Don't get me started on Baldy Cox. Don't get me started on that one.
Charlie, the hairline Cox.
No disrespect to my goat. No disrespect to my king. Salute the goat right there. You know
Of course.
Salute
No,
the goat.
but I think you're right. But it is a different creator, right? I think Drew Goddard, didn't he create the Netflix Daredevil show? And I think this is a completely different guy who is doing
the new one,
Born Again. Yeah,
I'm about to look. It doesn't say off rip who makes it, but
them people,
them folks,
them folks.
not them folks.
It's its whole team: Dario Scarpane, Matt Corman, Chris Ord.
Hey,
Yeah, so it's a whole
you see
different.
I know that
It's a
guy.
whole different. It's a whole different creative team behind it. So that's why I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit. What's it called?
Are you skeptical?
Skeptical about it. Yes,
but I also
because
think that it's a good thing in its own right because it's a different hand on. You know what I mean? Like it's a different take because it is a new series and stuff.
yes,
So it needs to be different than that first one. But it could go either way. I think that what you're saying is very true because reshoots can be a bad thing. Hopefully, it's a
and
good thing.
just based on the historical, run of like Marvel shows, they've for the most part have not been great.
Yeah.
And so the fact that
No.
the fact that they're now taking a series which has been critically and commercially like lauded by folks, it's kind of concerning because this is one of the few television properties the MCU has that is unscathed, right?
Yeah.
That I think is pretty much universally beloved by both critics and fans, and so I don't know. That's kind of concerning as well. I understand them wanting to kind of bring all this stuff together and finally make the Netflix kind of shows canon, and I appreciate that. But I think there's a reason why they work so well. There's a reason why they work so well being separate from the MCU, the main MCU timeline.
Yeah.
Right.
Real quick,
I think-
speaking about the episodes earlier, I know we were trying to figure out the date they release. I found the release schedule, the projected release schedule, the alleged. So starting on March 4th, we're getting episodes 1 and 2, and then just a weekly release. 3 on the 11th, 4th on March 18th, 5 and 6 on March 25th, episode 7 on April 1st, episode 8 April 8th, episode 9th on episode 15th. It's not confirmed yet, but that's what they're looking at. I do wish that Marvel would stop this bullshit of giving us these little itty bitty ass teaser ass seasons, bro.
Yeah, I'm sick of the 8 episode, like 6 to 8 episode.
Well,
Like a solid
What?
12. We need a solid 15 episode show,
But then it could also drag on because I think that's what a problem with the original series, especially in like season 2. Some of those 45-minute long episodes straight up did not need to be in there. And those, how many episodes were in those seasons? Like it was at least 12, I think. And I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, there's
season 3 is 14 episodes.
14. Yeah, there's 13 episodes in each season, and a lot of that shit drags. So I think I think it can be a good thing if it's all bangers. That's just the problem. Is like if you do 8 episodes of straight heat, we're fine with it. But if you do 8 episodes and like 5 of them are mid or shit, then that format's a problem.
Yeah, the highs will not overcome the mediocrity of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think so far I think I'm with Luis on like very, very skeptical as to whether or not this show is going to be good, because it seems like at first, right, where we had those first like set photos and everything leak and nothing had like Foggy or Karen or anything else, right? It just had Daredevil and that one lady who they said at first was like a part of his new law firm, right? Which kind of flip-flop from the ending of how season 3 is. But we also know there's that time gap between seasons 3 and Born Again of like, I think they said 5 years, right? If I'm positing that correctly.
And he hasn't been Daredevil the whole time.
Apparently. But also they're trying to also tie in his appearances in
like when
She-Hulk
She-Hulk and stuff.
Home. I don't know how they're gonna square that circle, but it seems like they're not really too big on continuity. For instance, there was the fact that Kingpin showed up in the Hawkeye show.
Yes, and Echo
that Kingpin
also.
And Echo, and he's definitely probably not the same Kingpin, because I'm pretty sure he ripped off a car door, and that's not exactly something I saw Netflix Kingpin do.
He smashed a dude's head in with one.
He did squish that man's head.
He squished that man's head, but that was over multiple times. Ripping off a car door is an entirely different kettle of fish.
Because I never finished Echo.
It's not bad. It's not terrible.
Or at the end of Hawkeye or one of those, didn't he lose an eye?
Yeah.
Yes, at the end of Hawkeye,
I believe she shoots him in the face.
He got shooted.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can't remember in Echo if he had both eyes somehow, but in this one,
I think he had
don't they explain it? Don't they explain it? Yeah,
they do. But I honestly, I didn't continue.
But honestly, we've seen a lot of them, a lot of the show be retooled behind the scenes and kind of through like leaks and different things. For instance, like after it underwent those reshoots, that's when we suddenly started getting things about like Foggy and Karen on set, right?
Yeah.
They suddenly
You
started
mean
making
Froggy?
it more and
And
more.
Punisher.
Yeah, and
I think
Punisher.
before the reshoots and stuff, like they were not going to tie it in to the like
yeah,
Punisher.
they were trying to make this a completely new slate, and that I think would have been the worst decision. But now I'm feeling like it's also probably the lesser of two evils, but still somewhat of a negative that they're tying it on to
I
the
agree
original Daredevil show,
wholeheartedly.
because there's
I agree
still that
wholeheartedly.
legacy of people who saw what they view as the peak of Marvel television to this day. The same way people tout things like Captain America: The Winter Soldier is like top tier MCU. For top tier superhero television, it is right there.
It's
right?
gonna be
It is 3 seasons of
it's gonna
straight
be
gas.
it's gonna be bad because
Yeah.
not, like you said, they're gonna have that to do a juggling act. They're gonna be like, okay, how do we pay homage to the original Netflix series while continuing that continuity, while kind of ignoring
Exactly.
Defenders, while also kind of integrating them into this show, while also bringing them into the MCU timeline as a whole, but also kind of keeping the continuity from the Netflix show, which was
definitely a lot of
adjacent to
moving
the
pieces,
MCU,
yeah.
but not really intertwined. And so I
I
don't
don't
know.
think
So
they
it's-
acknowledge Echo or Hawkeye like at all. I wouldn't.
They
or
can't,
Skull.
bro.
I
That's
don't think
canon.
we
Those
do that.
shows are MCU
Mhm.
canon.
Yeah, but I don't think
I think
don't
Hawkeye
they have to-
specifically, I don't think they can. Well, actually, it wouldn't make sense because literally at the end of season 3, like I was rewatching season 3.
I'm rewatching it right
preparation for
now.
this.
Don't spoil it.
And
Actually, who gives a shit? Go for it.
there's a point where like I'm paraphrasing the line, but one of the DAs or like the prosecutors says something along the lines of, "We know how Fisk works. He'll never be able to manipulate the system again. Never again."
and then he becomes mayor. Yeah,
And then I'm like,
literally,
like as comic accurate as that is, because comics are forever, the status quo is always maintained, people
Of
always
course.
do these impossible things, and it's best not to think too much about it.
It's fantasy.
I
It's not
do
real.
wonder, how are they going to explain it? Like the closest thing I can think of is maybe like during the blip, it's a similar situation like Secret Empire, how he became the king, or the mayor in Devil's Reign, how he was like maybe helping all these disenfranchised people, and like these like people who were basically forgotten by the governments when Thanos snapped everybody out of existence, and he's like, "Hey, you guys owe me a favor." Maybe that, because that's the only thing I can think of that would get him like
back.
Even a sorry from these people.
Well, bro, it's fucking Bucky Barnes killed JFK and he's becoming a congressman. What? What?
Hey,
what are
man.
we doing, bro?
Hey, man,
What
hold
the
on.
When
fuck?
did he kill
Hold on.
JFK?
Time out. You see
It's
who's president right now?
canonically, he killed JFK.
Do you see
Who
who's
said?
president right now?
Well, that's true. I
Anything
guess.
can happen.
Nah.
That's true. We have villains in the
Anything
That's
can happen.
fair.
today.
That's fair, but to our knowledge, the extent of Trump's crimes are not to Wilson Fisk. That man is a
Right.
different.
He also
breed.
didn't
No,
kill
no,
JFK.
no. Listen. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
That guy is actually the real Winter Soldier. Look at the comparisons.
Okay.
Russian agent. What is the Winter Soldier's MO? Infiltrate, assimilate, destabilize. What is he doing right now?
Hold on.
He
might be onto something.
Yeah, he's cooking.
They're gonna come get you, Matt. They're
We're
gonna come
gonna-
get you.
Yeah,
I know too much.
What did
Sinestro
Black
Court
Panther
talks
say?
politics.
What did Black Panther say? Let them come.
Ooh.
Let them come.
That's what you're
But
gonna be telling
I
the
do
prisoners
You think
when
I
you go
work
to
out for
jail,
no
bro.
reason?
But
You think
but
exactly?
all
I'm gonna
Let
be giving
them
that. I'm
come.
gonna give that
To
Idris
say-
Elba speech in the jail.
Which one?
but all that to say, I
The one from Pacific
I'm
Rim,
just-
the most empowering one.
I'm just concerned.
Yeah,
Because it
fair.
seems now, especially in like the week leading up to it, they're
Mhm.
really leaning very hard into the legacy aspect of this. I mean, like,
Mhm.
this is Daredevil like you've never seen him before, which is my least favorite description marketing wise of anything, because
Yeah.
usually never seen him before is not a good thing.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I kind of like what I saw before. Can we
Yeah.
have that? Can we have
Yeah.
that, please?
And I'm also very concerned too, because I saw that bullseye fight scene that they released, and
It looks like
doesn't-
ass.
It
It looks
doesn't
like
look
ass.
good.
Thank you.
It does not look good.
Thank you.
Wait,
they're going
Are you
for
talking
a
about
long
the
consistent-
hallway one?
The
Or
when
the
they just
stairwell?
released the stairwell one. Yeah.
I'm
I thought it was
I'm
kind
really
of fire.
hoping that's like the ending results, because they both seem out of breath and very exhausted. So I'm hoping
He's
that's like
got
the
7
very
knives
last
in.
part.
Yeah, he's
Of
got
a-
That,
knives in
that
his
has
chest.
like 4 knives in his chest, one in
Yeah.
each leg. Like, brother's
Yeah,
cooked.
so hopefully that's just like the very ending winding down of a
Yeah.
fight scene, because if not,
Well, Gerardo made a really good
that's
point. Whenever
rough.
he saw the fight scene, he was like, "Oh, you can see the what's it called?
the
What'd you say?
volume.
You can see the volume.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
The volume.
It looks cheap.
it doesn't look
man.
tangible now.
But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And again, and I'm currently watching season 3 for the first time because I never got around to it in preparation for Born Again. And one thing I was telling Gerardo, we were texting, and I told him the writing is kind of cheese, kind of corny sometimes. It kind of makes me like,
Dialogue always
"Ooh."
has been.
The dialogue's always been kind of, but the action is phenomenal. It's
Those
insane.
hallway scenes are
And the
different.
bullseye story.
Okay,
Incredible.
but the action, that's what brought me. I was like, why am I watching
Pretty
this
damn
bullshit?
good.
Then the scene where he escapes the jail happened, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh,
Mhm.
the episode, I was like, oh, this is incredible filmmaking.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you don't have that same creative team, right? And the
With
and
the
the best thing
cinematography.
about the Netflix show isn't present in Born Again, the show is cooked.
Yeah.
Daredevil is
Oh, yeah,
notorious. The
yeah.
show is notorious for its incredible action sequence. Of course, it's character development and its interpersonal relationship, whatever. But the action is what makes that show go. It's what makes that show that show. And if we don't have anything near that in Born Again,
It's getting dragged.
It's a failure. It's not good. Automatically off rip.
Yeah.
So,
But I
that-
think I have a feeling that's what those reshoots and complete redo. I think because I
Caught
would
on,
be willing to
probably.
bet you that shit was corny, and they were probably trying to make it more She-Hulk fight-ish.
yeah,
Because
probably. Yeah.
that all that happened
More
before
Disney.
reshoots and stuff, and it's cool. Like, and I'm sure we'll see it as like acrobatic because he should be swinging, he should be doing flips and stuff. If
Yeah.
it looks that bad, don't do it. Don't do it. So I'm hoping that I have a feeling we'll get a few hallway one-shot fight scenes.
Well,
I think
Wonders, God, that was incredible,
dude,
man.
and one in each season is crazy. But I also just read somewhere that their Luke Cage is for sure coming back in like season 2,
Jessica
and
Jones is in
Jessica
season
Jones.
2 also.
and they're saying that homeboy
They
Finn Jones is
cast
coming back as
me.
Fist, but
Please.
Finn Jones is back.
that's what
Everybody
they're saying.
but him, please.
Yeah, please.
Maybe not Finn Jones, but thank God Mike Coulter can eat again. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Hey,
Yeah, because that
Thank
motherfucker's been
merciful
out of work.
God.
He's been out of
Hey,
work.
man.
No,
Well,
he's been
he
working.
did-
He's
he
been
was
working. He's been on
cooking.
like
He
was
did
cooking
what?
shit
Was
plain.
it plain?
Plain.
Yeah.
You know what time it is.
So not working. He hasn't been working. Motherfucker's been-
That's like the Fiverr gig of movie.
Oh my
Bro.
god.
so mean.
That's the
That,
Uber Eats,
I
the Uber
bet-
Eats of
Not even this DoorDash.
DoorDash.
DoorDash and Oscar.
One thing I hope they keep in this series is the Catholic aspect, like him going.
Mhm.
Of course, his
Confession.
guilt. Yes.
And, yeah,
Mhm.
and
Catholic
'cause-
guilt.
and
My
I think that Froggy's death is gonna like kind of push him back
Froggy.
into that, hopefully, because it would be
I-
sick if like he hasn't been going to confession over this time because he hasn't been
And
Daredevil.
then Froggy
Like he
dies.
hasn't had a reason to go to church because he's not doing like these bad things.
Yeah.
Just like
You're
me.
right. Make him kill somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Nah.
want some,
No, I
Nah.
get what I see what you're saying.
Yes.
No, and like I'm saying, and watching season 3, that's one of the few aspects, like the few, and I was like, okay, I understand why the show is so good. It's because they focus on stuff like that. Like Matt's Catholicism is a big point in the comics, and we all understand that, right? But the Ben Affleck
Yeah.
movie that did not focus on that shit at all, other than some
Fucking vampire.
symbolism, and I think him living in a church, right? Or if I'm not mistaken, whatever.
He's
But,
slept in a coffin.
He's something like that, yeah. So other than the
Yeah,
symbolism, it
sensory
wasn't really
deprivation
present.
tank, yeah.
It wasn't really
Whatever.
present, but like Matt's whole like recovering Catholicism thing and the Catholic guilt and him going to confession and his religion and God being like such a and his spirituality being like such a big aspect of his character in the show. I was just like, fuck, that is why it works. That's why it's so good, because it's grounded, dude, and it focuses on these very real, very human emotions and feelings and conflicts. And
I think
I don't know.
that's
I don't know.
also what
And
the Punisher does good too.
Yeah.
You watch the Punisher series?
I didn't, but I watched
It's-
Daredevil season 2.
It's great, and it's like it's fucked up. He like he goes through some
I really
shit.
like that part where he puts his thumbs in that guy's eyes and he goes like this and he goes, "Ah." And then like crushes his head.
Do you
It's
think
graphic.
he'll do that?
I think that was I think he was really Catholic in that moment.
You think he'll do that on? You think he'll do that on Disney Plus?
I hope so.
I think so.
I mean,
it seems like it's gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be sanitized.
Well, to be fair, this is also, Graham, the same thing they told us about Moon Knight. AKA
Don't fucking get me started, bro.
So-
that's very, very
So
true.
I'm
Yeah.
very precocious about whether or not they're going to do
Grain of
any type
salt.
of violence in this because
Yeah.
they blue balled me, man. They blue
What's the
balled
most
me once
violent thing?
before, and
What's
I
the
won't
most
be balled
violent thing
again.
Marvel's released? Werewolf by Night,
Werewolf.
Deadpool,
Werewolf
Wolverine.
by Night, and
Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool and
Mhm.
Wolverine.
Mhm.
Definitely, because they had Johnny's entire skeleton fall off his body like a.
That was
brisket.
dope.
That's
That's
got to be the most violent thing they've shown.
That was mid.
very
Well,
much.
That was
1000%.
incredible.
But I think another aspect I'm hoping for, the Punisher's going to be like in the back half of this season.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And I think him and
we're
Karen.
getting a Punisher special.
That's
soon.
crazy, and John
Inshallah.
Bernthal's co-writing it too.
Who?
It's
Oh,
gonna
John
be good.
Bernthal. Yeah. I don't know
then
how I
we're
feel
cooking, we're
about
eating.
that, bro.
What? John Bernthal's incredible.
Crazy,
He's incredible. How good of
He
a
is
writer is he? He's also kind of like
Listen,
he's
But
also
he's
kind of like
co-writing.
right wing. He's also kind of like right wing griftery sometimes in real life.
Adjacent.
And he's
yeah.
like, he's like very like that makes me kind of uncomfortable. But we'll see. We'll see.
He's
I don't
like
know.
Napster liberal lie or whatever. The
Yeah,
fuck he said.
yeah.
He's
Actually,
finessing them folks, bro.
He's like,
Trust
actually,
me.
I hope so.
he should
I
kill
see
less
the
cops.
vision.
He's like, he should kill less cops. Actually,
He's like, actually,
I see.
I
the
think
vision.
Punisher would love the justice system that we have in the United States.
he thinks
trying to finesse.
he's like this whole season is actually about him teaming up with cops and getting crime off the streets.
so when we first meet Frank Castle, he's actually eating a nice big plate of boot.
Yeah, exactly, and dick too, because he's
Dick. No.
There's a new superhero called the Blue, and Frank Castle has to back him up.
and he
So-
backs him.
We gotta back the Blue.
and his
I like.
and he's like, and his emblem is an upside down American flag.
Yeah. That's just to show how crazy the country's
Yeah.
gotten.
No relation,
I mean,
completely accidental.
Fisk.
Yeah, he's like
Fisk
turning
is really
turning the
messing
country
up.
upside down.
Metaphor.
I'd love mildly
Iraq.
Republican, like passively conservative Punisher. That's
He's
a-
not.
That's literally John
not.
Bernthal in real life.
Yeah.
Is mildly
He actually
conservative
gets,
Punisher.
he actually sends himself on a hit for Sam Wilson.
Wait a minute.
Himself, he hires himself. He's like a
Hold
black
on,
Captain
bro.
America.
inside the house.
I
That's
can't
not the
have
Captain
this.
America I'm
The
obsessed
black
Yeah.
in America.
Black
Yeah.
America. He said, "I know just the man for the job." He hires himself.
He Venmos himself $1.
Yeah. That's my fee. It's all I need.
But that I think that's also that brings up another kind of thing I'm hoping for is their connections to these broader like MCU characters, like how they
The
view
Defenders.
how they
they're
view
gonna
Iron
introduce
Man.
the key pistols, and they're
Well,
going to
that-
give them to. They're
just-
going to give them to Punisher.
Like, how do they view like what does Matt Murdock think about Spider-Man? Or I guess now he can't think about Spider-Man because no, they know who Spider-Man
he
is.
forgot. He forgot about
I
him.
forgot.
No, Peter
He knows
Parker.
Spider-Man, but not Peter.
But like, what's their view on Iron Man, Cap, and because Punisher is obsessed with Captain America. That's like his,
Yeah,
he holds
his
him high.
fanboy.
So,
Yeah.
Meat Rider.
That, like,
Blazer.
he's a blazer. I think that-
He's churning butter.
Most of this shit.
I don't know.
What else?
What else? What else? Any more thoughts y'all got?
But I'm also hoping, obviously, for a Midnight Sun team up soon.
Graham, I
My-
love you to death. I know
It's
you want
happening.
this so bad.
It's
It's,
happening.
not happening, bro.
Grim, it might
Never
happen.
gonna happen.
It might happen.
It's not gonna.
But you
Faith.
got me excited about that stupid fucking game, and I'll never forgive you for it.
Hey, you're not.
I was
You don't know
expecting,
ball.
I was
You
expecting
don't
like
know ball.
a Marvel Nemesis or like
Rise of the
like a
Imperfect.
fighting game. No,
That's a
I know
card
what you're
game.
talking about. No, Marvel, the one where you pick all the characters and you can
Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance.
Mhm,
Ultimate
mhm.
Alliance and the one where they turn green and they had evil versions. That's Nemesis,
Nemesis.
isn't it?
No, Marvel, where they fight the Inhumans.
Oh, is it?
That's like a PlayStation 2
It's a
one.
fighting game.
yeah,
It's a fighting game.
Fighting game.
I forget. Anyway,
That's what I was
yeah.
expecting.
Marvel versus Capcom?
No,
No,
it's
no.
a
It's
you
Marvel
fight
Nemesis.
evil
It's
versions.
Marvel Nemesis.
Yeah, I
Evil
think
Rise
that's
of
Yes,
the
yes,
Imperfect.
Marvel Nemesis.
That game's fucking awesome. It's
Rise of
incredible.
the Imperfect. They were
Rise
good.
of the
Time for a
Imperfects.
web
They were
swinging ass.
Rise
kicking.
But
of
That shit's a
incredible.
banger.
Incredible.
Rise of the
That's crazy.
Imperfects. Yeah, incredible game.
Man,
introduce
the one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing the 50 million Deadpool cost. I mean Deadpool. Oh my god, wrong
Punisher?
red guy.
Daredevil?
Costumes.
Close enough.
The 50 million. I need to see that black suit, bro.
Oh,
You know one thing
yeah.
about me,
yes.
I love a
Yes.
black suit, no matter
No.
what character, no matter
His
what
new
football
suit
or soccer
does
team.
look
Bullseye.
incredible. The red
Get that
one.
fucking black suit on. Put a goddamn crosshair here.
Yeah.
Don't that ugly fucking blue suit.
He wearing a goddamn
Fucking onesie.
shiesty.
That's not, I
Put
think
that nigga in the Colin Farrell trench coat and put the tattoo on his forehead.
the brand.
Yeah.
Put the brand on his
Genuinely,
forehead.
genuinely, with Bullseye's costume, like if I had not been told that was Bullseye, I'd be like, "Yo, who
You
the
would not
fuck
know.
is that?"
You think it's the
Like,
guy
it's a new
from?
character.
You think
He's
it's
a
the motherfucker from?
Counter-Strike Gold man.
He never
No,
had a
he looks
legit
like-
Bullseye costume though. So why would he have one?
Yeah.
If he's
I-
It's been
you know,
5
It's been
years.
5 years. He's a hitman who
It's
loves
been
killing
5
people.
years.
He likes
He's
throwing
been in jail
shit.
the whole
You don't
time.
think he
Mr. Random
Also-
Bullshit Go can't
Yeah.
create a
And
costume
also,
in 5 years. Stupid
I
skill
don't know.
issue.
I don't know if you
okay,
guys have seen
okay,
it.
maybe
but
maybe
right-
maybe he doesn't have time to do the costume, but the one he happens to make haphazardly isn't at least black. Fuck you.
It's
And
navy
then- and
blue.
then also-
Motherfucker went to Zale. No, not Zale. What's that shit
Where-
called?
Zara.
Zara.
Sheen.
He went
Superhero
into-
Get that
costume.
shit
He went
off
into Dick's
Temu.
Sporting Goods. He's like,
Temu.
"Give me your finest wetsuit, please." Your
And some brown
Under
ones.
Under
Bro
Armour.
got a
Not
hoodie
black.
and a
Make sure it's
balaclava.
blue.
Yeah, make sure it's blue. Please,
Bro
for the
got a
love of God,
a
make sure it's blue.
sweatshirt from Walmart.
I
And
think
the
I
that,
shiesty
don't
off
understand
Amazon.
why he has that suit. It looks so fucking lame. It looks so.
I don't
fucking
think
lame,
that's. I think that's like early on in the season. I
For
really
sure.
think that's
It's
because
I thought
fucking
that
better
about
be.
I
the
think
werewolf,
one of the. I
the
think the
werewolf
first like
and-
arc is him coming out,
Wolfman.
like getting out of prison, and
Wolfman.
the first person he goes after is Karen, and I would think
blame
hope that that's just some makeshift shit suit.
I haven't
I
seen it
hope-
yet, so I don't know.
I hope if he's gonna have any kind of suit, I really want the Ultimate Universe reinvented the concept of Bullseye recently, where they had like Bullseye agents, and there's like this. It's like this black
Like the
and white
beekeeper?
fucking like
Yeah, pretty much.
kinda, but it's so fucking cool. It's like Bullseye's classic suit, but with like the face mask is kind of reminiscent of like the 2015 style Iron Man suit in the comics. It's really fucking cool. They look so
Well,
fucking
yeah,
badass.
that does
I'll-
Don't do that.
I'll
Don't
send
do
it if
that.
I find a picture, but it's so good.
Please
Don't
send
do
it.
It's
that.
so goddamn good. No, it's dude. It just
You mean a
looks-
Marvel
it's a fucking
property
great suit.
correctly adapting a cool suit from the comics? Not happening.
They gave Captain America's chainmail in Endgame. Anything's possible.
Fair.
Anything's possible.
Fair.
Anything.
They even gave Iron Man that weird sleeveless classic suit.
I
Where it looks
wonder
like
if
it's
we'll
just a
get
dude.
Elektra back.
She's
this
yes.
I
They said
don't
she is.
think so.
They said
I
season
guess
2. I
I-
think she is. No.
Season 2, yeah, okay. So it seems like season 2 is going to be their like big side main characters.
The
bringing back,
Defenders season
like
2 or
Luke
whatever
Cage,
the fuck.
Elektra, Jessica Jones.
Electra's dead.
No, she's not. They said she's
They
not.
said did they say
She
something about
came back
Spider-Man
again?
I think they said Elodie Young has been cast as coming back as Elektra.
Did you say Spider-Man, AZ?
Yeah, I heard
don't-
things about Spider-Man being involved.
I-
in it.
I don't-
Specific
I don't
casting,
think-
I'm not
season
sure.
2? No fucking
I would
way.
think
No,
season
Tom
2
Holland's
is
busy
pretty-
trying to sell fucking beer shitto or whatever the fuck he's drinking.
Non-alcoholic
being-
beer.
Yeah.
Look,
non-beard
between not making Spider-Man movies and occasionally being bullied by Zendaya's relatives, he has free time, dude. He has free time, man.
No, he's
No,
making
There's no
Odyssey.
fucking shot.
He's busy
Making
doing
Odyssey.
really
in
good
the Odyssey?
movies like
He is
Devil
in
all the
Odyssey.
time.
He's making
He's-
good
him
movies
and Matt
now.
Damon are the main
Oh,
two.
fucking okay.
All right,
He plays
I might give him credit. Then.
Oedipus' son. Odysseus'
Oh, that's
son. Not
comforting.
Oedipus.
I don't-
Odysseus.
He's one of the- he's one of the
What
brother
movie is
sons.
this? What they doing in
Wrong
Oedipus
Greek.
movie,
Wrong
bro?
Greek. Tragedy.
Odysseus.
Odysseus. Yeah, my bad.
This is it.
Odysseus.
I think he comes in at the end, and then they tie
No
either
way
one of
home.
one of these seasons into Spider-Man 4 and do Devil's Reign straight up.
No way, dude. No
Yeah.
way. No
Because they
way.
can,
possible.
they can. for
Stranger
Spider-Man
things have happened.
multiverse.
Dude,
They can that
just
concept.
recast Tom Holland, bring in Mega Man from the animated show, put him in.
No.
Yeah. We need some real actors.
What's our hype meter for it?
I'm locked in.
I'm at a
Solid.
10. I'm ready.
8.5, no, 7.5 out of 10 to leave
I'm
room
at a-
for growth.
I'm at a very optimistic 7 flat.
Nice.
I've
Not bad.
learned from Marvel before.
You
I will
know
not
better.
Be bamboozled
Yeah.
again. I know better.
You know ball.
I know better. I know ball.
Fair.
Yeah, just off
Fair.
that clip, I'm at like a 6. I'm not rocking with it.
Oof. You
That
didn't like that
clip got
clip?
me lit.
Nah,
Hey,
That
we
that
got
clip
room
is
to-
ass.
hey,
It's
that clip
ass.
had my
Wait,
clip
wait.
not working.
At least there is room to go up. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm,
you're
I'm,
six?
We'll do
I
it.
hope it surprises me,
Mm.
but I'm not expecting much from Marvel.
So you're 6?
Yeah, I'm a DC head now. I got to read their fuck ass comics.
I'm
Superman
I think my
propaganda.
hype is
Gerardo got the Superman shirt underneath the shirt he got on right now.
and his Wonder Woman thong. I'm watching season 3 right now.
Not
And
today.
so I think that based on what like little information we have about Born Again, I'm cautiously optimistic, but a little skeptical based on the fact that it's Disney now and Marvel proper and a different creative team, and that fight scene was ass. So I'm giving it a 7 on the hype meter, but hopefully I'm wrong. And the show's incredible. I don't know. We'll see. Matthew.
Inshallah.
Respectable.
Inshallah. So,
Wait, is it Graham's turn? Is it Graham's turn?
I said 10.
Oh yeah,
I said
Graham's
10.
all
I'm
in.
lit.
Graham's
I'm
locked
lit.
in.
Dude, I'll let me give you just a little story, a little backstory. Season 2 came out, and it was at the point where I can't remember if they dropped all at once back then, but all of
They
season
did.
2 was out. First time I ever took an edible, sat on the toilet, watched the entire season from like midnight to 6 a.m.
On the toilet.
Mhm.
Graham was
I ate 4 little Starburst squares.
On the toilet. all
Sentimental
night.
value.
Fucking
Yep.
crazy,
I
bro.
was trying to get trying to get in the
Objectively, the worst fucking season, and he watched it all in one go.
shower. No, it was rough. A lot of talking, but I wasn't all there. You know.
He's like, "What the fuck is Stick doing?"
Well,
But
don't remind me.
I'm
Stick.
hyped. I'm hyped.
All right,
I'm hyped.
fair. It's good. It's good to have somebody who's really good about it because you'll be able to rub it in our face whenever it turns out incredible. Hopefully.
or
What?
if
He's
it's
like, "What the
wrong,
fuck is the good
we'll
old
all
Ozark
cook his
again?"
ass.
again?
Yeah.
No, but if
that's
history
what
if history proves anything, Grandma will be like, I still like it. Oh well, I like
Facts.
what I like.
Yep.
Matt,
Yep.
what about you?
I said 7.5, bro. Solid 7 to 7.5.
Nice. Nice,
We got
solid.
We gotta see. I want to let it have some room to grow because my bar is too high with the Netflix show.
Uh-huh.
That is almost like unilaterally my bar for most Marvel TV shows right now.
That's why everything is so ass compared
It's
comparatively.
true.
And it's all just
everything's
ass.
butt cheeks. Everything is butt cheeks and doo-doo and caca and trash. But Daredevil followed by Punisher, the Punisher show on Netflix, that shit made me feel something. Luke Cage, that shit made me feel something. I never really
Jessica
watched
Jones was fire.
Defenders. Jessica Jones
the
fire.
first season.
I love Jessica Jones.
What
I
the
didn't watch
villain?
Defenders.
2 seasons, I think.
So my bar is really high.
I don't
right
like
now
the
for,
mom, but the first season was a banger.
Yeah.
David Tennant was
No.
incredible.
Yes.
Nah,
David
bring him
Tennant
back. I don't
managed
care
to
if he's
scare
dead,
me,
bring
and
him
I was
back.
so impressed because my only association with him was Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
So seeing him
That's
go,
a doctor.
seeing him go from like
What? That's
Seeing him-
Barty Crouch.
Yeah, that's very
I only
possible.
knew him, I only knew him as the 10th Doctor and Scrooge McDuck prior to watching Jessica Jones.
That's
And then
crazy.
and then I saw Jessica Jones and I was like, why am I afraid?
Wait, wasn't
of
Scrooge McDuck afterwards?
That was no, I hadn't seen Jessica Jones until like fairly recently.
Oh,
Like, I watched
gotcha.
DuckTales. And then
Who's
I
the
went back
guy
and watched
that
Jessica
played
Jones.
Kilgrave? Kevin Thompson.
Him? No, David Tennant.
David Tennant.
Tennant.
Yeah, that is David Tennant.
That's what we're talking
Kilgrave
about. He's
is the
incredible.
purple man.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Barty Crouch Jr. He's incredible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Y'all wait. We're
He's
gonna
in
go over-
Good
we're gonna-
Omens, I think, right?
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that fact that he said I didn't watch Jessica Jones until recently, but I was watching DuckTales. What the
Hey.
fuck?
He
Nah,
watches
DuckTales
cartoons. We've
bugs.
been over this.
DuckTales
He has the
goes
brain of a
hard.
fucking
Fuck.
4-year-old.
Think about the
Where's the
ability here.
DuckTales hate coming from?
What the
DuckTales
fuck?
goes so
That's
fucking hard.
DuckTales. What
That's
the
crazy.
fuck?
Dude,
Dude,
it's so innocent
it
right
has
now.
Ben
I can't
Schwartz in
bully
it.
him. I'm sorry.
DuckTales
AZ,
is crazy.
Keep doing
Bro.
what you're doing. I love it, man. Have
Now
fun.
I'm
Yeah,
bullying
dude.
you. Fuck
Nah,
you. Watch,
bro,
watch more
I'm
gooder shit.
with it again.
Watch more gooder shit.
Have fun with your
It's a
cartoons, dude.
duck blur. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're
Yeah.
not about to.
Danny
You're
Putty's
not
on
about
that.
to
We
do
gotta
this
watch
to
it.
me. Come on, bro.
That's awesome.
It's so good.
No, bro.
That's
You only
great.
need to only watch shit that says something about the world and the state of human existence.
DuckTales
Jimmy
does.
Smith.
It says. Well, technically, no. DuckTales is very fictitious considering there's a good capitalism.
Yeah, I was gonna say
there.
it's pro capitalism.
It's pro capitalism.
You class trader
But
piece of
they
shit.
do beat an evil capitalist in the form of Flint Hart Glomgold. So that's one. That's one.
Flip flops,
There.
glove
He
shit.
knows the name.
Flint
Glove
Hart
shitto,
Glomgold.
bitch.
He's a South African man who pretends to be Scottish because he hates Scrooge McDuck. I love his character so much. He's fucking hilarious.
Fuck
You said
South
you love a
Africans.
South African? Crazy.
No, wait,
He-
hold on.
Crazy.
No, not fuck South Africans. Fuck them invaders that claim that they are South
That's
Africans.
right. Fuck those
Because
Dutch
South
pieces of
Africa,
shit.
South Africa.
That is
for
what
the
Flint
people who
Hart
look
is.
like
He's
this.
an Elon ass nigga. He's an Elon ass nigga. That is true. That is true. But there's
Fuck
my
those
favorite
Dutch
thing
pieces
is
of shit.
Those
there's
those Afrikaners.
look, there's
Oh.
a point in DuckTales where he pulls up to a fake funeral, but he doesn't know it's fake. He thinks Scrooge McDuck is actually dead. And he pulls up where all of the family and friends of Scrooge are grieving. And he has a boombox on his shoulder that's playing All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled. And he's throwing money. He starts like dancing in the coffin. He's like, yeah, I won. I won, you
Real.
stupid. Like he starts
Real.
like,
That's crazy.
he's a generational hater.
Real hater energy.
Great.
Oh, but enough about
Speaking of
DuckTales.
generational haters, new Doomsday leaks dropped.
Oh, baby. Excellent segue, Luis. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited. to
You
talk
missed
about
Matt's
this. I'm so
segue
excited.
earlier, bro. They were
Dude, he had two
incredible.
bangers.
Legit incredible. segues.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
they were
I'll
insane.
believe it when I watch back this episode
Watch it.
later. 'cause
They
I
were fucking
refuse to believe
incredible.
it.
But
Big
I know
see it all.
what we were saying is that it's great that both you and Graham are on today because y'all are like the biggest Doctor Doom heads, and the fact
My
that we
boy,
just that we
what's
got
it
these
called?
alleged Doomsday leaks. I'm just curious, like, where you like talk about it? You know,
I mean, I just know that's God
I have
Emperor
waited
Doom.
for this day.
yeah, it is God Emperor Doom.
Oh my god.
And brother has Sue Storm on his arm. So
Also,
he-
it
in the
dude's
concept
already
art?
winning. In the concept art, there's a little guy there you might not have noticed. A little boy. Definitely
Franklin?
has to be Franklin Richards.
Franklin? Ooh,
Franklin
I didn't-
Richards.
Well, y'all heard the rumors that Sue's pregnant in the Fantastic Four
Yes,
and First
yes.
Steps.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Franklin
Talk about
Richards.
in the trailer.
The concept art of Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it right here.
All right, bro. It's a little Buckeye.
anyways, but
Anyways.
what I was seeing, something I was thinking about was that, the fact that we haven't seen Doom yet, and they might possibly already introduce God Emperor Doom.
It's a
Does
little
that not
soon.
seem so fast?
It's way too soon.
It does. I feel
His
like
first
what's
appearance
gonna
already
happen-
got Emperor
Also,
Doom?
a bunch of fucking Hulk people. What is this bullshit?
Yeah, Hulk
So
World,
that's
Planet
probably
Hulk.
going to be based off of the Planet Hulk storyline from Secret Wars 2015.
You gotta
I'm
remember,
excited
Scar
about
is
that.
Scar is on the planet.
But that's what
Yeah,
this is an
yeah, yeah.
adaptation. This is an
But-
adaptation of the 2015 Secret Wars, no? The Secret Wars Doomsday kind of
It's
plot
it's
saga?
Yeah.
it's loosely based on Jonathan Hickman.
It,
Yes,
it
I'm
appears
Jonathan
it
Hickman.
appears to be having a couple of deviations. For one, Doomsdot, or like the main area where Doom is on Battle World, is
Yeah.
not like this medieval Renaissance kind of thing. It seems like they're going for in a lot of the concept art.
So
It
do
feels
you
very
know what
like traditional, very
the Marvel
folktale-esque.
1602, that
I
1602 like storyline?
I think
just
perhaps
it's
either
medieval.
that or-
It's medieval shit basically. And
Yeah.
that it would, but you also got to think like he could just have Latveria like just looking like that. And
I think
like, they
maybe
almost
that
dress
is a
like
possibility.
Asgardians.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a big The Village.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe it's a way for people to, I guess, have a more palatable perception of Latveria, because if you just had to be like a modern city and everything, You
looking
know,
like a
futuristic
Honda or
shooting.
something.
yeah, people would just be like, okay, well, we've seen this 1,000 times over. So I think if you give it
Right.
a medieval kind of aspect to it, you know, you give it its own identity, make it more palatable for general audiences. So I think maybe that's the approach they're kind of taking.
Mhm.
And I can see why they would do that. It makes perfect sense. It makes
I
perfect
think
sense.
if that's the case, that's sick. And there could be some kind of history about like, you know, this Latvian, like where he sets up Castle Doom, and like, you know, it could have some traces back to the 1600s and like somehow tied in, which the 1602 thing was just something like stupid short. Let's put some heroes in the 1600s. Kind
Which
of
is a
thing. It
cool
wasn't like nothing
concept.
crazy. Yeah, it's fire. So like if somehow he
Yeah.
could tie that kind of history into it, cool. But I feel like in most of the Latvian what would you say, iterations, they all kind of just look like old school European towns. But
Yeah.
if he does something to where like the whole world like just takes away technology and shit, because you know he is like a variant of Tony Stark. Maybe he's like doing the opposite kind of what like Stark did with like the arc reactor, like making clean energy. He just takes away like all energy, something ridiculous like that. But I definitely think it's too soon for Doom, but I'll take him. I'm
Right.
just
I could take
scared
him.
of I think it's
I
the
could take him.
relationship between Reed and Doom that worries me.
Mhm.
Because like, how do you not have at least two F4 movies and some other like small Avengers movie, like a Captain America Civil War kind of thing, where him and Doom are interacting? They've had beef. It gives us this backstory of like they went to school together or whatever the fuck, and then
Right.
they had beef for a little bit. Maybe they resolve it for a little bit, and then you have Secret Wars. But they're obviously rushing things, and it's a little. I think
That's
that
kind of concerning, though.
it very much is, very much so.
There also
Everyone
appears
already-
to be. Oh, go ahead.
Everyone's already hating on the cast and shit. You know, RDJ being cast as him, so I feel like they're just kind of, it's adding fuel to the fire if he doesn't have a relationship with anybody before Doomsday.
Yeah, because that's intrinsic to the character of Victor Von Doom and his main motivation for being, not just to prove that he's the greatest, which he feels like is already an apparent fact, but to do it in spite of Richards. That's the driving force for him.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
but that's also
Yeah.
what comes first, Doomsday or Secret Wars?
Doomsday.
Okay.
Essentially would have to come first. That would be his introduction.
Isn't that the next movie after First Steps?
It's supposed to come out like next year.
Yeah.
So, but we're literally being
Yeah.
introduced to Fantastic Four this year, and then the next Avengers movie, the next Marvel movie, is Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
So he's gonna be in a stinger,
Uh-huh.
and then now he's the big bad of Doomsday, which leads into Secret. What the fuck are we doing?
Right.
It does feel much more like a steep jump, especially
You're right.
because he
Bring
hasn't
back
really been
Jonathan
built up
Majors.
as much as like Kang and everything was. Right, because with Kang, it feels like there was like fluidity, there was a plan there.
Yeah.
Doom, very clearly, especially with their RDJ casting to put butts in seats, it's very much so a complete 180 on their original vision.
Yeah,
Very
and
much so
I think
dog
they
shit.
fucked up on the like jumping the gun on the Majors thing. Like, I mean, obviously that's a bad look, and they even did it with
Yeah.
James Gunn. But they brought James Gunn back quick enough. You know, they made a deal or whatever the fuck. Jonathan Majors, it obviously took a while, and they just straight up pivoted and just took out what, like 2 Kang Avengers movies? Wasn't it like a part 1 and part 2?
That's
I
the
think so,
Kang.
If
Kang
that
Dynasty for sure.
if that were to still happen, then the Doomsday think I would work a lot better, because you could implement Doom in this first Fantastic Four movie and then a little bit in Kang Dynasty, and then he's the one that comes in, destroys the Council of Kangs.
Yeah, you could even
Takes
introduce him
power,
as somewhat of a hero and have him
Yeah.
show like his
Right.
true colors.
And
To people who don't know his like comic story,
But
I
his
think it
thing
would have
is
worked much better.
he'll come in, save the day just to get a foothold to do some devious shit. He's a
Yeah.
little snake.
Now this
Allegedly.
is kind of interesting. I was scrolling through the concept art, you know, just looking through the different takes on the situation on the internet. And one person on Reddit I can see has compared it to similar to Spider-Man No Way Home, before that it came out, how we knew so much about it, and how these leaks seem almost kind of like Marvel kind of putting out feelers like, does the audience like this decision we're about to make?
Yeah.
Like it feels
Yeah.
it feels more so intentionally leaked than
Yeah.
it is like an accidental like whoopsie daisy. And
Yeah.
I think so far, like there's not much you can really glean from a lot of these images. Like you got obviously like the God King Doom, and you have what's his name, Doctor Strange in his court, and the Franklin Richards thing. Of course, you have Vision on the couch with Star-Lord, White
Strange.
Vision. I don't.
What the fuck?
I
That's
don't know.
got-
I don't know
see,
what the
that's-
fuck that's about.
I
I'm
don't
curious
either.
as to what
Now,
that-
I think what is kind of sick, a sick concept is Star-Lord and Wong leading the Young Avengers.
Mhm.
That's kind of fun.
That's fun.
That's pretty
That
sick
is-
because
that
I
is
think
fun.
Star-Lord
Also-
and him have a great interaction, and the Wong's like just fucking sick of them.
Is why you just Dupe is there? Why is Dupe at this bar? What does that
didn't even
mean?
see
Are
this
they
one.
on Battle World or
That's
or
I
like
think
because that's
it has-
serious.
it has
Dupe is
to
an
be,
X-Men
right?
character.
I
Because
think-
there's
I
no
think
other reason
they-
I can think of why Dupe would be there.
I think you have to end Doomsday like you do
Who the
Infinity
fuck is
War,
Dupe?
and it's on like
Oh, I
the,
see
like,
him.
the bad ending, and everyone loses, and they're all stuck on Battle World,
Yeah.
and then everything you release in between Doomsday and Secret Wars,
Well,
you
people
have
are-
set on Battle World.
People are saying
There's also
or
oh,
probably
go ahead.
people are saying Spider-Man 4 probably takes place on World.
I can
See,
that.
so
So
there's
the opposite
two
of the
ways that
street
could-
story that they were insinuating. Right?
But so they originally wanted to do some more multiverse shit in Spider-Man 4. Can that street level, mix it with Daredevil, Devil's Reign, and hey, you could even bring in US Agent at that point, and like Spider-Man 4 could be a banger if they keep it street level and do Devil's Reign. But
Directing it, who we know can direct, especially
Mhm.
level Spider-Man movie, that would be
I
pretty.
but I think that that's another thing with this Doomsday, pushing Doomsday up, is that now you kind of can't do all that. Like if they still had two Kang Dynasty movies, that doesn't have to be set on Battle World. That could just be set in what they've been doing, different multiverses, different universes and shit.
Right.
You could still have these street level things like Thunderbolts and Spider-Man 4 for a few more years, and then Doomsday comes, and then you could do all the Battle World, bring everybody back. But
Now, this is also interesting. I've noticed in the concept art, there's two images that I hadn't seen on Twitter. I guess technically three. There appears to be T'Challa Jr. all grown up.
is he
don't-
grown up, or is that a recast?
I think it's a grown. I think it's supposed to be him grown up,
T'Challa.
like in universe, but within
think it has to
actual
be grown
like
up.
real life, it is recast. I think.
See, I think that could be cool, but I also think.
Looks like
Well,
Jameson
see, I don't know.
Andrews
I
from
guess I don't know
I2K.
how. I guess I don't really know how I feel about it.
and here's the thing, and here's something else that we totally have not mentioned at
Should
all.
have been me, but whatever.
You could see absolutely none of this. None of this
Mhm.
could even be in the movies, and this could also be fake. This
Yeah.
could not be real at all. So
I definitely think that it's legit concepts, but I think Az has a point is that this is like one of those kind of feel like, let's see
It's
how
guerrilla
they,
marketing, yeah.
for sure. And they really, we saw that one picture that had all the different concept arts throughout the years, like Mysterio, Strange fighting, Deadpool, and whatever. Just the random placeholders in pictures, and like backgrounds that wind up being in the movie. So I think that's I think we'll see something like this, but not. I don't think we'll see
not a
these
1-for-1.
I think the only thing that we possibly
Yeah.
could really see is the picture of Doom, Sue Storm, and the Evil Strange in that like throne room. I think that's the only one that could actually work out.
Ooh. Also, there is one of the one that I was saying I hadn't seen on Twitter. This one it doesn't have any coloration on it. It's just straight up like a rough sketch concept.
Yeah,
Is somebody chained in a basement.
It's
Is
Bucky.
that meant to be
It's Bucky.
Molecule Man? That's Bucky.
oh, it's Bucky.
but See, so what they see, so there's a.
I was thinking Molecule Man because
so
that's
it probably
he's like the
is
power source for
Molecule.
Battle World.
It probably is Molecule Man, and they're just putting
Yeah.
Bucky there as a character like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's somewhat of the case. Yeah,
dude, that would be wicked.
One of the strongest mutants in the entire Marvel Comics canon.
Mm-hmm. In every universe.
In every universe.
There's
Yeah.
one in every universe. So TLDR for folks listening, Molecule Man Doom is like Molecule Man is almost like a bomb in every universe. And you set off all the bombs, except for the one in your universe, you're controlling the whole multiverse, basically. And that's what old boy wanted to do. But how did it go in the comics? Didn't like Spider-Man give Molecule Man a cheeseburger or something, or Reed give him a cheeseburger, and he was like,
exactly that. No, that is exactly how it went. In the 20, are you talking about the 2015 Secret Wars?
it was Miles Morales. He was
Yep.
he brings him that Reed Richards brings him down there,
Mhm.
and Molecule Man's like, I could set the universe back, but honestly, bro, I've been tweaking. I ain't eating food in like creation, bro.
Yeah,
I've had this burger
I
that
need a goddamn sandwich. I've been eating the molecules off my fingers, bro. I'm feeding. And Miles like, I got a burger in my pocket. If
He
you
said,
want
I'm
this.
off a
He's
bean.
like, all right, bet.
Yeah,
Miles saved the universe with a burger.
with a burger. How long that burger's been in there?
Motherfucker went to
Brother-
Whataburger and
Hey,
ordered
brother-
number 12.
Brother crashed on Battleworld like a few months before that happened. Has fought, hundreds of people
Hey,
with a
they were
burger in his
suspended
pocket.
animation. That's the best refrigeration money can buy. All right.
That's
bro,
facts.
bro had a freaking patty melt in his pocket. And Molecule Man was like, I'm off a perk. I'm off a bean
Imagine,
right now. Give me that
imagine
food.
digging in that saucy pocket. Getting
Jesus
the
Oh
burger.
my
Christ.
god.
Mind you,
It's
do
a
these
spandex
superhero
suit,
suits have
too.
pockets too? They don't have pockets.
Oh
That
my
shit
So
God.
what if he doesn't have a pocket? Where was he?
marinating that shit in there. In that
Where was
greasy
Miles
shit.
hiding this burger?
He's
Jesus Christ.
I think
In his
He
junk.
I think some questions just don't need to be answered.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
there's
right,
no
you're right. I
answer we're
don't
gonna
need
arrive
to
at
know.
we like.
I don't need to know.
into the
Molecule Man
into the
still ate
burger
the
verse.
burger.
Into the burger verse.
So that's also like I just don't get some of this shit that's leading up, like Wonder Man, like how Vision Quest and
Iron.
I hope that doesn't come out. I just hope for everyone's sake that gets
Ironheart?
backgrilled. Yeah, I hope that gets backgrilled.
I always forget that Ironheart's coming out, and I think even the people in it.
Fabio's lit for it because his homeboy is the Hood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's his most
Yeah.
Ramos.
Fuck.
I really hate the fact that the Hood is the main villain for Ironheart. Like, I don't hate that an Ironheart show is coming out. It's whatever. But the Hood is like, Parker Robbins sucks, dude. He sucks.
So
Bro,
somebody's
why
supposed to
not
play an
make
Obadiah
Sam
Stane
Rockwell?
son.
Why not make Sam Rockwell the main
Bingo.
villain and make
Yes.
Bingo.
what's it called? Make Stain Jr. his like protege.
The Sam
Fucking-
is not coming back for a Disney Plus show.
Man,
That's
let my
true.
guy cook, bro.
Yeah,
But it's
Let
just
my
like-
guy cook.
It's just like the Hood is the only character that I've ever seen like
Doo-doo,
be
caca, and
spectated
boo-boo.
by the Watcher, and the Watcher is actively like, see, he has the Infinity Stones, and he could use them to blink this guy out of existence.
he's just
But
stupid.
unfortunately, Parker is too goddamn fucking dumb. Dude. This guy's a fucking stupid
Yeah.
piece of shit.
I mean,
God damn, this guy sucks.
Dude's taking it
Like
from the back by Mephisto.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he just
Like,
sells
if
it.
the
Sells his soul.
Watcher, if the Watcher is like the number one observer of the universe, and he's like, I've seen all there is and ever will be, and you might be the dumbest son of a bitch I've ever seen inhale and exhale. Like, you are clearly the worst, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you suck so much.
Yeah.
Oh, but we'll see. We got a lot of good Marvel TV coming out. Don't know what the fuck they're doing with Doomsday, but you know what I know what they're doing with. Guess what I know what we're doing.
What?
Ending the episode. That was a terrible segue. That was
You tried, brother. You tried.
oh my god.
Wrap it up. But
Oh my god.
I hate you 3000.
Is that it?
I don't
I'll
know.
try it. Nah.
Cricket.
Avengers, you met your doom.
I don't think that's bro. We can look. I think I think we go segue for segue. Only one of us could be the victor. But speaking of which, thank
The
you for watching
victor?
another fantastic episode.
Von
The
Doom?
victor. The victory.
Good luck.
Excellent pivot. Excellent pivot.
Let me have this.
Go ahead. Hit that outro.
Now you got this one. I got
Okay,
the
okay.
one.
Fuck. Thank you for
You're
watching or listening.
Fired.
Look, I got it. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and just supporting the show. That is it for another fantastic episode of the Cinestro Core. Make sure you do us a big old favor and listen to us on all the audio platforms. Give us a lot of likes. We're very close to becoming on a list for podcasts of being really great. As long as we beat like Ben Shapiro, honestly, I'm kind of just set on wherever we land on that Spotify list.
I'm gonna interject right there. If you love America, if you want to see America really be great, if you want to see, I'm gonna stop.
Cut it.
Anyways, keep going,
our right-wing grift pivot aside, thank you so much. And keep on showing that support on all the platforms. We very much appreciate it. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, wherever else you can find us online at Cinestro Corp. We legally are in a lengthy custody battle with our ex over the S, but don't worry, we will eventually get him back. Also, remember to follow up with great movie news from people who are actually much more competent than us at Backstage OL. They have all the latest scoops. They've recently made moves to a certain place. I can't probably say where, but when you find out, you're going to be like, I probably live there or I have nothing to do with it. Either way, it's great for inside scoops on Hollywood and everything you need to know. So go ahead and follow in and tap in, to show them love and support because they show it to us and we love them. They're great people. And speaking of love and support, while we're at it, let me just suck my own dick. Follow me, you idiots. Come on, do it. Do it right now on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter. I'm at Tari Singo, except for on Instagram where I am at Big Papa Tari. I was supposed to upload a YouTube video like 3 different times, and I'm not going to give you any promises. It's just going to eventually be up there. I got copyright claimed by some random dude in Taiwan for a jazz track I put in it, so I have to redo that. That's fun. But we'll fix that eventually. Follow me for all comic-related things, occasional live streams of goofiness and what have you. And I think that is it. I think that's it. Is that everything? I think we've covered everything. I think right now we're in the end game. I've done it. That's
We're the kings of the screen, yeah. Cinestro Core, we're the dream, yeah. New episode Saturday afternoon. We in your ear, that comic book crew. More good it takes what we do. Cinestro Core, we're the crew.